Gravity Falls sits at an 8.9 series score on IMDb, nearly untouchable. But even masterpieces have a bottom shelf. Today we're hunting the 5 lowest rated episodes of the Pines Twins' Weird Summer. Grab your grappling hook. Episode number 5 is lurking just below the surface. When the legend of the Gobblewonker splashes onto our worst rated list, we start in maple sticky chaos. Dipper and Mabel slug syrup straight from the bottle.
Syrup race!
Go, sir, syrup!
Before Mabel cough, victories by a drip. Sticky breakfast of champions, right? A newspaper ad waves $500 at anyone who snaps the lake monster, and the twins' eyes light up brighter than Mabel's hamster ball fantasies. Stan barges in, swatting Dipper with family fun day zeal. His plan? 10 hours in a rickety rowboat, crusty jokebook included.
Now who wants to put on some blindfolds and get into my car? Yay! Wait, what?
Totally normal caretaker move. Cue a screeching drive that ends at Gravity Falls Lake, where Manly Dan is literally punching fish and Lazy Susan is pan-frying the air. Enter Old Man McGucket.
The Gravity Falls Gobblewonker! Come quick before it scrap-doodles away!
The crowd laughs him off, but Dipper smells prize money.
If we can snag a photo of it, we could split the prize 50-50.
That's $2.50.
Math so simple. Even Sir Syrup could do it. Suze cruises up in the SS Cool Dude, offers normal boat stuff, and the kids ditch Stan without a blink, leaving him to bond with fly-infested lures. On deck, Dipper straps on 17, make that 12. Disposable cameras because Suze heats a few overboard and Mabel pelts a seagull.
Okay, guys, I repeat, don't lose your cameras.
Wait, lose the cameras?
Don't!
While Mabel chants for co-captaincy. She wins. Suze grabs associate status. Democracy sinks. Fog hugs Scuttlebutt Island. Mabel puppets a pelican which ends up choking on lake water. Classy. A low growl rolls through the pines.
Dude, am I a side character? You ever think about stuff like that?
Existential dread unlocked. They charge toward a looming silhouette and find beavers partying on a shipwreck, one gnawing a chainsaw for ambiance. Morale dips until the real neck surges from the mist.
It's not that hard, all right? All you gotta do is point and shoot, like this.
Then freezes when the robo-beast roars in his face. Trees topple, cameras shatter, and Seuss confesses he's stocked with beaver photos. Not helpful, bro. A frantic boat chase sprays Stan, who's busy bombing strangers with divorce jokes, and launches fish headlocks into Manly Dan's boat. Dipper gambles on a hidden cave behind the falls. The SS Cool Dude barrels through roaring water into darkness. The Gobblewonker wedges in the entrance and Mabel taps Dipper's cap. Last camera saved, until the monster's head clanks off like a piñata. Inside the hollow shell sits McGucket,
I just wanted attention!
and he slides into a PowerPoint of previous rampages. Pterodactyl Tron, Shamebot, light downtown demolition, minor stuff. Therapy? Cheaper than aquatic mechs, sir. Realizing they ditched Stan for clout, the twins scrap the contest and spend the final roll on a candidate of their crusty caretaker. The day closes with a feel-good fishing montage. Stan threading hooks eyes shut, Mabel belting lake shanties, Seuss's belly photobombing every frame. As their disposable camera sinks in the credits, the actual Gobblewonker gulps it down, burbling off with proof no one will ever see. Verdict. This worst episode still dishes syrup chugs, chainsaw beavers, and a mech run by facial hair. Hardly bottom of the barrel, just lighter fare in a heavyweight season. So IMDb gave it an 8.0. Must be tough being mediocre in Gravity Falls. Enjoying the video so far? Click subscribe and don't miss the rest of my videos. When Gravity Falls hits 110 degrees and even wax Stan liquefies, the gang votes.
All in favor of doing nothing all day, say,
Then Toby's radio teases pool opening day.
Quick, to the car!
But he's glued to the floor till the twins pry him loose with spatulas. A hot tip. Maple syrup flooring is not OSHA approved. At the pool, Mabel spots a long-haired, mysterious loner.
Is it getting hot out here, or is it just that guy?
She swoons before face-planting through lawn chairs. Dipper rolls his eyes. Her crush count resets weekly like a phone battery. Meanwhile, Seuss ponders why a cartoon sun needs shades. Existentialism. Pool edition. Dipper angles for Wendy time by volunteering as assistant lifeguard. Pool check sniff tests his sunscreen, then rips off a prosthetic hand.
I lost my hand to a pool filter!
Suddenly that no running sign feels life or death. Dipper accepts the whistle, dives into bureaucracy, and instantly breaks rule number 1 with Wendy by beating deputies Blubs and Durland with life rings. Karma clocks in. Across the deck, Stan targets the perfect lawn chair, equidistant to snacks and bathroom, but finds Gideon already lounging.
Move it, you little troll!
First come, first serve.
Stan's counterattack earns him 2 hours in the kiddie pool jail. Free chlorinated shame included. Suze chats up an inflatable duck, convinced the floaties yearn for revolution. Back in Flirt O'Clock, Mabel learns the pretty boy is Mermando, a Spanish-accented merman stranded after a fishing net fiasco.
But now that you know what I am, you must be seriously weirded out.
Mabel shrugs. She's dated gnomes, vampires, whatever. Their hair-brushing montage ends with a vow. Bust him out tonight. Pool check, eyes teary yet furious, warns Dipper. One more stolen supply and you're fired. That very night, Stan hacks the fence for chair revenge while Mabel nicks the skimmer and shoves Mermando into a water-filled cooler. Dipper whistles them down, but Mabel distracts him.
Hey, look! Wendy in a bikini!
Really? At night?
Sorry, Dipper!
And floors the golf cart. Classic sibling trust exercise. The chase barrels through town. A stray water balloon pops the cooler valve. Mermando gasps.
Water! Agua! Yo necesito!
Dipper's lifeguard brain sparks. He hates reverse CPR but gurgles water into the merman's gills anyway. Mabel snaps a blackmail photo because sibling love has layers. 1 foot from Lake Gravity Falls, they finally roll Mermando home. He megaphone calls the pod. Yes, Dipper surrenders more pool gear, then gifts Mabel her first kiss, complete with 17 beating hearts.
Whoa, okay, that's gross. Ugh.
But hey, milestones. Next morning, Pool Check crunches Dipper's whistle for the fence carnage. Wendy's fired for snack theft, and they wander off to break rules elsewhere. Mabel receives bottle mail love notes. Stan discovers Gideon glue trap the lounge chair.
Kids, get the spatulas!
And the episode belly flops into IMDb's bottom 5 for its light stakes and one-off romance. Verdict: a splashy buffet of pool gaze and mere melodrama that's more lukewarm than lousy. But somebody had to occupy the deep end of the ratings. At least the inflatable ducks tasted freedom, briefly. In The Love God, we kick off in the Gravity Falls Cemetery, where the gang's cloud watching turns into a roast fest, mostly aimed at poor Thompson, who mistakes a waffle-shaped cloud for, well, a cloud. Wendy introduces Dipper and Mabel to the Woodstick Festival, basically Coachella for Oregon hipsters, featuring indie bands like Scarves and Doors and Wood Grain on everything. But the real headliner is the Love God, a Cupid-like rocker with wings who famously face plants into his own camera.
Who's ready to fall in love tonight? Oh! I hope nobody's filming this!
Classic viral fail, right? But wait, who's groaning dramatically from an open grave? Yep, it's Robbie, clutching Wendy's photo and lamenting their breakup.
Time to move on.
What? I've totally moved on.
Wendy, I miss you so much. I'll never move on.
Subtle Robbie. Mabel decides Robbie desperately needs her matchmaking skills. Dipper warns her to steer clear as meddling in romantic drama has rarely worked out for them. You'd think she'd listen by now. But come on, this is Mabel we're talking about. Over at Robbie's surprisingly cheerful funeral director parents' house, Mabel barges into his room and promises,
You just need a good matchmaker. I guarantee I'll find you true love or twice your sadness back.
Robbie agrees just to get her out of there. Hey, desperate times. Mabel quickly identifies Tambry, Wendy's tech-obsessed friend, as Robbie's ideal emo match. She sets up a blind date at Greasy's diner, but it's a disaster from the start. Robbie awkwardly licking mustard off his sleeve while Tambry posts on blind date with sociopath. Enter the actual Love God, zapping customers with magic potions to instantly create couples. Mabel realizes she needs that potion.
Kaboom! Match me!
They're gonna make a snatcher.
Nature is terrifyingly adorable sometimes. Mabel sneaks some potion onto Robbie's chili fries, and suddenly Tambry finds him less needy, and Robbie finds her tolerable enough to suggest,
You wouldn't want to maybe get out of here and, I don't know, go kiss in public a lot?
For some reason, I do. Status update.
but hold your applause. Turns out love potion romances cause social meltdowns. When the rest of the crew finds out about Robbie and Tambry, chaos erupts. Nate flips out because Robbie knew he liked Tambry. Wendy vows revenge for dating her ex, and Thompson's delicate social circle implodes spectacularly.
I have no more friends, and neither do you!
Way to raise the stakes, buddy. Dipper and Mabel infiltrate the Woodstick Festival to grab an anti-love potion from Love God's van, hoping to undo the matchmaking fiasco. Cue the ridiculous chase scene involving stage dives, crowd surfing, and Love God desperately flapping tiny wings after them. Love God summons illusions of Mabel's past crushes, nearly distracting her until a giant hot air balloon shaped like Stan's head crashes down, reading "I eat kids" due to missing letters. Branding fail of the year goes to Stan Pines. Love God, now flattened and over it, hands over the anti-love potion, declaring he's done playing Cupid. But just before Mabel undoes her meddling, Robbie genuinely thanks her for making him happy again, leaving her to reconsider.
Just needed to move on. I'm happy? Weird, huh?
Shockingly mature Robbie. Realizing messing further might only cause more chaos, Mabel and Dipper back down. Luckily, Thompson accidentally saves the day by getting beaten up by security for smuggling snacks, becoming the group's hilarious piñata and uniting everyone in laughter. Friendships are repaired. Wendy forgives Tambry, and peace returns, thanks entirely to Thompson's painful humiliation.
All according to plan.
Translator's note, Keikaku means plan. Thompson smiles weakly, mid-beating. Taking one for the team, respect. So, lesson learned. Sometimes forcing romance ends badly, but nothing brings friends back together faster than watching one guy get pummeled by mall cops. Gravity Falls logic strikes again. Verdict: the episode tanks in IMDb ranks for forcing love via magic spray and sidelining plot momentum, yet it still delivers riot girl chaos, balloon mayhem, and the eternal truth that teens only bond while watching their friend get legally assaulted by mall cops. If that's Gravity Falls' worst, the bar's set sky high, even when the sky literally tries to eat kids. The episode opens with Grunkle Stan scamming tourists out of their money, classic Stan, but soon Dipper and Mabel's attention shifts to something more intriguing, a local psychic named Lil Gideon. Dipper's skeptical, as always, but Mabel, she's hooked from the start.
I predict you will soon all say, "Aww."
It came true.
What? I'm not impressed.
Oh, Mabel, bless your sparkly heart. After Gideon's show, the twins are split on whether he's legit, but Mabel is dazzled, literally. She bedazzles her face, showing off to Dipper with disastrous results.
Is that permanent?
Seriously, that's a fair question. Gideon soon appears at their door, charmingly befriending Mabel, who quickly falls into his glittery web of friendship. Dipper remains suspicious.
Mabel, I don't trust anyone whose hair is bigger than their head.
Solid advice, honestly. The duo enjoys makeovers and rooftop chats, where Gideon goes full romantic mode, claiming Mabel could be his queen. But when he asks her on an actual date, she's hesitant. Gideon pushes the adorable card so hard it's borderline creepy. Okay, fully creepy. But Mabel caves because rejecting Gideon feels as easy as swimming through chubby quicksand. Their first date spirals out of control when Gideon insists on another, publicly pressuring Mabel via a talking parrot. Points for creativity? She reluctantly agrees, and soon the town is buzzing about Magid Balion, Gravity Falls' new power couple. Stan sees dollar signs from a potential business merger with Gideon's dad, Bud Gleeful, while Mabel sinks deeper into romantic misery.
Great news, Mabel! You have to marry Gideon!
What?
It's all part of my long-term deal with Buddy Gleeful.
Stan declares, already counting his cash. Mabel freaks out, understandably, and retreats to Sweater Town, hiding from her problems in woolly denial. Dipper bravely steps up to end things for her, but Gideon reacts like a tiny, vengeful supervillain, secretly wielding genuine psychic powers thanks to an enchanted amulet. Plot twist! Gideon traps Dipper in a warehouse using telekinesis to fling objects dangerously at him.
Reading minds isn't all I can do.
Just as things get grim, Mabel heroically intervenes, confronting Gideon directly.
I needed to be honest and tell you that myself.
She says firmly, taking charge and destroying Gideon's magic amulet. Gideon slinks off into the shadows.
This isn't the last you'll see of Will. Oh, me.
Seriously, who knew tiny tantrums could be this scary? The Pines family ends their Gideon debacle laughing it off, convinced he's harmless without his powers, though Gideon ominously hints he's still got tricks up his sleeve, clutching journal number 2. Foreshadowing much? At least this time, Mabel learned that sometimes honesty really is the best and safest policy, especially when dealing with psychic mini-villains. Verdict: the hand that rocks to the Mabel earns its spot among Gravity Falls' lowest rated episodes, mainly for the awkward spectacle of Gideon's puppy love tantrums, which prove telepathic creeps with big hair aren't exactly a recipe for greatness. Still, between sequined faces stands questionable parenting and the birth of one tiny villain with a surprisingly big grudge. This so-called worst episode still packs more fun than most shows' best, reminding us that even Gravity Falls' missteps are pretty darn magical. In Boys Crazy, Gravity Falls gives us the ultimate showdown between love, lies, and pre-packaged boy bands. Mabel and her friends are beyond hyped because their favorite group several times is performing in town. Imagine a group so aggressively non-threatening that their main selling point is literally singing about how non-threatening they are.
We're not threatening!
Yeah, that's exactly what a threatening boy band would say. But when Mabel and her friends find out tickets are sold out, they decide they're not going to let a minor thing like laws or doors stand in their way. Meanwhile, Dipper discovers Robbie, Wendy's emo/edgy boyfriend, has been hypnotizing her with a CD of original music. Dipper, who's been looking for an excuse to dislike Robbie even more, like he needed another reason, decides he's got to expose the scam. Backstage at the concert, Mabel and her squad break into several Times' dressing room expecting to meet their idols. Instead, they find something straight out of sci-fi horror, perfectly cloned boy band members grown in tubes living in giant hamster cages.
Yo, we're clones, dog!
Oh,
Gee.
At least they're self-aware. Turns out their manager, Ergman Bratzman, is running the creepiest operation in music history, treating the band like literal animals and threatening to replace them at the first sign of imperfection.
Dance for me, child, dance!
Honestly, kinda sounds like most talent managers. Of course, Mabel, being the girl who never met a problem she couldn't complicate further, decides to rescue the boy band clones. Now she and her friends have their very own secret pet boy band to keep hidden from their evil producer, because nothing could possibly go wrong there, right?
We have our very own pet boy band that we can do whatever we want with.
Pretty sure this is how most Netflix documentaries start. Meanwhile, Dipper teams up with Grunkle Stan to prove Robbie's musical manipulation by playing his song backwards. Turns out the catchy tune has a hidden message literally telling Wendy she's under mind control.
Feels soon, my one.
You are now under my control. Your mind is mine.
Okay, subtlety clearly isn't Robbie's strength. They rush to warn Wendy, who confronts Robbie. He confesses, sort of. Robbie admits he didn't write the song, which is somehow even worse for Wendy than the hypnosis thing, prompting her to dump him.
You big liar.
I know. I lie about a lot of stuff. Like using your makeup and fighting a bear.
Ah, teenage romance at its finest. Back at the shack, Mabel's having a crisis of conscience. Her new clone friends sing her a guilt-inducing thank you song that pushes her into realizing she can't keep them captive forever.
Oh boy! Songs are like hugs that mouths give to ears.
Deep thoughts, Mabel. She finally releases several times into the wild, even if they're painfully unprepared for actual life, proven by Chubby Z's immediate staring contest with the sun.
Yo, dog, who is this big, round, bright fool?
That Chubby Z is the sun.
Yeah, good luck out there, guys. Verdict. Even though IMDb ranks Boys Crazy low for its bizarre premise and questionable boy band hijinks, it still hits all the right comedic notes. With brainwashed teens, clone pop stars, and Stan's ongoing war against attractive men digging through his garbage, the episode makes one thing clear. Gravity Falls' idea of a bad episode is still hilariously better than most series' best efforts. Let's get real for a second. Are these episodes actually bad? IMDb says they're only about 1 to 1.5 points below the Gravity Falls average, so even the worst episodes are better than most cartoons' best days. The Love God, despite its spray-on romance, still blessed us with the glorious chaos of Stan's kid-eating balloon. Boys Crazy mocked manufactured pop stars, gave us Stan's psychedelic heartbreak montage, and tossed in foreshadowing about cloning tech. And The Hand That Rocks the Mabel? Come on, Gideon's debut, Mabel's glitter overdose, and the unforgettable Sweater Town gag? If these are Gravity Falls low points, we're honestly spoiled. So what do you think? Are these episodes secretly underrated gems, or do they deserve their low IMDb ranks? Drop your hot takes in the comments. I want to hear your picks for least favorite episodes and hidden classics. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and don't miss the next one. Click whatever pops up on your screen right now. It's waiting for you.